This is James Elder for IFL TV in association with Mackley's Gym Marbella. I'm at the press conference today for Charles Martin v Anthony Joshua. Just witnessed the press conference quite heated. With me, I'm joined by none other than Micky Amoo. What's happening, mate?
How are you, James? You all right?
I'm very well.
Yeah, good. Great turnout. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Charles Martin. I know you've been fortunate enough to work with him and be around him in the past. What can we expect from him coming into this?
Charles, I mean, he's a very cool customer. You know, nothing phases him. You know, he's had 63 amateur fights. You know what I mean? He's had his 23 fights. He's got a good team around him, and he's just very relaxed. Nothing phases him, as you can see. He's not a hype job. He's not one of these guys that run around screaming and hollering. He's a good kid, and I think it's going to be a very, very interesting night.
Can you predict a Charles Martin win and see him retaining his title, in your opinion?
Of course. I mean, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. You know, everybody knows when you win a title of such, you improve as a fighter. Not only, do you know what I mean, because that's the stature you are now. He's come over here in the Lion's Den. That shows you how confident he is. He's not phased. He's come here. He's done everything that's been asked of him. And yeah, why wouldn't he win? Why wouldn't he win? Why would he come over here, work all that time and all those years to get to this position and then give it away? I mean, I think the bookies have got it terribly wrong. You know, it's how can you have someone 10-1 on and another one, the champion, 5-1? I think it's, we'll see.
Do you think that's the sort of power and hype machine that Anthony Joshua, Matchroom and Sky have, that it can influence betting odds?
Most definitely. I mean, listen, if you're in Anthony Joshua's situation, you'd say they've done a great job for him, you know. I mean, he's somewhere where every boxer would like to be. And, you know, he's still learning. But this fight has come at a time, I think, where it's kind of stick or bust. You can't, if a world champion comes knocking on your door, it's not easy to turn it down, you know. It's not easy to turn down. I feel the camp would like 3 or 4 more fights before he challenged the world champion. But, I mean, it's going to be a great occasion. I think it's a win-win for Anthony Joshua. I think, you know, if he loses, he's going to learn a great deal. A great deal if he loses. And if he wins, he's going to have to learn a great deal very quickly, because the fights will then come fast and furious with top quality fighters being the champion. So it's a win-win for him.
Martin obviously winning the belt against Glasgow, he did quite controversial, but no fault of his own. Before that, against Tom Dallas, probably the best opposition he maybe faced before that. Is that a worry for the Martin camp coming into sort of such a big occasion, such a big pay-per-view card?
I don't think they're worried at all. I mean, been around the camp. I was in Brooklyn to see his fight there, and we spoke. We at the dinner before the fight, we spoke, and he was already talking about coming over and fighting Joshua. You know, he was already talking about fighting Fury then, before he'd even won the title. So, you know, he's not phased. The team are not phased. It's a fight, and he's a fighter, and that's what he does. He's the world champion, not by default. He's earned the right to be world champion, not by default.
Big fight, I said, everyone's interested. The sort of height and pressure of coming into such a big occasion. How do you think he'll sort of cope with that?
I think all the pressure's on Joshua. You know, I mean, he's handled it very well up until now, but this is the prize that he's worked so hard for. That added pressure comes with that, you know. Yeah, he's beaten a lot of fighters 15-0, but this is the actual prize now. Do you know what I mean? It's a different kettle of fish, as you can see by the turnout today. As you probably know, you will all know, on April the 9th, it's going to be a big occasion. I think he will handle it. I think they'll both handle it, and I think it's going to be an entertaining fight, because you've got, you know what I mean, you've got two obviously contrasting styles. One's a southpaw, one's a banger, but I think they're both going to slug it out. I think they're both going to try and box. I think they'll both, you know what I mean, be cagey for the first couple of rounds, and then fireworks. And I think it's going to be fantastic, you know what I mean, for the boxing world in general, to see two guys who are willing to put it on the line now, you know what I mean, inexperienced, but willing to put it on the line now. I think it's a credit to both fighters. I don't think, you know what I mean, you get too many guys who are protected, you know, they want to protect their O's, they want to protect, you know what I mean, until they get a shot. I think this is a great credit to boxing. I think this is where it should go. Fighters should be let off the leash. You know what I mean? Promoters and managers shouldn't be holding their fighters back, saying, don't fight this one, don't fight that one. I think they should be let off the leash. The prize is there to win. If you lose, you go back and you come back again. You know, if you win, you move on. I think credit to both boxers for taking this fight.
So, Mr. Micky Amoo, I really appreciate giving me some of your time. Look forward to a great contest, and yeah, let's see how it develops from here on in.
Really looking forward to it. I mean, Charles will be coming over here a couple of weeks before the fight. He will be staying at our gym and training with the likes of Richard Comey and the other fighters that we've got in the gym. So we're really looking forward to having him for a week, and then we'll go on to the O2 after that.
I will come down and spend a little bit of time in camp if that's all right. It'd be good to catch up with Come Off the Man, Come Off the Hour, Richard Comey as well, doing big things, and we expect a big 216 from him as well.
Yeah, well, the gym's really buzzing now, so yeah, we're looking at, we're looking at a world title shot sooner rather than later. Hopefully by the middle of the year, maybe before, but news will come on that shortly.
Thank you very much for giving us some of your time. We do appreciate it, mate.
No problem. Thank you very much, James.